Okay guys, welcome back. I don't know what just happened, but I'm just gonna go ahead and just start from the beginning. So hello guys, my name is Brett. I'm here on behalf of Dennis Bernard Power Tools today, and thank you so much for coming to continue your education with us at Power Tools and Smart Solutions. We are so glad that you're here. All we're gonna be pretty much doing today, I'm just showing you guys my petal technique, which is gonna be a universal placement that beautifully hugs every hair shape, beautifully hugs every head shape, and it's going to be just an amazing placement that's going to work on everyone, and then you can fluidly paint whatever you're going to be doing on your canvas. And that's always my thing, whether it comes to my geometric balayage, my gloliage, and my petal technique as well. I love placement that looks like it's made for that person's hair. So no matter what it does, it's effortless to mention, whether it has curl in the hair, wave in the hair, no matter where they style it, if they wear it up a lot. This just creates an effortless feel with a lot of complex look to it without it being too complex. So happy Columbus Day. I know some corporate are in the salon, so if you guys have joined me, thank you so much. But otherwise, we're gonna make this quick within the hour. It's a very quick placement. The placement is very easy. I have my easel up here so that you guys can see it. Because once I got all my clips in there, you can't see it. So we're going to show you guys how to use some HLT. It's going to be a hair lightening thickener. I'm using that in my my lightener today to create a balayage feel to it. We're going to be using some CFI as well, our color filler insurance. I love to use this as my flyaways, but we'll get into that shortly. Some TCA, of course, because we're going to take down our processing time. And we're going to help eliminate fade out by 95% by using this. So it's used in literally everything. I use it in everything. I can't not use it. And it's perfect for gray coverage as well. Like such, just for example, like I'm a Joico user. So my Age Defy gray coverage line is a 45-minute processing time. So if I add the TCA with a baggie or a cap, however you guys say it, I say cap or baggie, over their head, 20 minutes later, 100% gray coverage. Freaking fabulous. I love it so much. And then we're going to be using some CBC or color balancing drops, color balancing corrector, CBC. And we're going to be using that in our lightener as well to control any unnecessary warmth as well. So we're just going to do that. And that is literally it. We're using some 4-bond as well, which is going to be our bonding system. It's going to be hydrolyzed quinoa protein to really get in there. And I love it because it doesn't create a residue and you can see automatic results in less little bits. So I have already some pre-packaged 4-gram drops that I'm just going to be putting into each of the colors. But you guys can see, so I'm just going to show you guys just really quick. So this is going to be our 4-bond. So over here you have your measuring and conversion chart. So 2 ounces of color. You're going to do like 1/8 of an ounce, 5 millimeters. I measure everything in grams. So we're going to do 4 grams in each of them, but like it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. We at Power Tools make it super easy for you guys. Alrighty, let's get into some placement. It's been a day. Alrighty, so all I'm going to do right in here. So we're going to be looking this as if we're looking at the very top of the head. So circle. Hope you guys can see the circle. Circle. There we go, circle. All right, cool. I'm gonna do this in different colors so you guys can see it because I'm always color coordinated. All right, so the first one. So this is just the nose. I'm just letting you guys know. So first circle, you're gonna take it about, I'm gonna say about 3 fingers away from their hairline. 1, 2, 3, I'm just gonna do. Then you're gonna make a really nice circle. Literally, just a circle. Circle. And the one just away. And then you're going to do 2 fingers away. You're going to make a nicer circle. It's art class today, guys. Alrighty. And then for that last circle, it's going to be where, like, you would say, like, your money piece, your accent pieces. That especially is going to make the face glow because we're always lighter around the face as well. So we're going to take here at that point, and we're going to make this wider. And then down here, you would just leave it. That's literally the entire sectioning, or these circles, that's it. So, what do these circles create? They create beautiful dimension. So right in here, like I said, I have a really nice mannequin here that I've already prepped with you guys for a couple of petal techniques. I've done 2 of them already, so this one's already just a good one that I just wanted to show and I brought along with me. So I have one wave side, one straight side. So I'm gonna bring this a little bit closer. You guys go. All right, so right in here, you can already see all that separation. This is done straight. So if I were to pull this, that's all that separation. In here, I have, believe I put in last was Free Play with 30 volume, and the red pieces are the 7 NRG from Joico Luma Shine. So right in here, you can see all that gorgeous dimension, and it's effortless as well. So no matter, like, let's say like she like rocked her head over, she still has, you can still see everything very well, and it's beautifully lit around the face. So over here on the wave side, look at all that dimension now. That's perfect. That's fall vibes right there. But what we're gonna do today, I'm just simply gonna add some cool chocolate low lights, and I'm just gonna add just a little bit more light too with some Vero light. But yeah, some gorgeous dimension I'm gonna be showing you guys. So, all right, so let's go over the placements. I'm just gonna pull this down. All right. Pull this down and comb it out. I hope everyone's day is going awesome. I hope your day is going great, because this is how mine's going right now. It's been a long day, y'all. I've been prepping all day, it feels. Okay. You say? All right, cool. Alrighty. And look at that, you can already see like all that dimension just like combing it out. It's gorgeous. Love it. All right. So like we said, here's gonna be our first circle. So here's what we do. Please don't fall off. 3 fingers away. Loop. Loop, and then just define. This is it. This is literally the first loop. And of course she's been sitting in my car. So she got some bedhead, but that's okay. We have a lot of guests with bedhead. It just comes with the job. So yay. We have our first circle right in here. And like I said, about 3 inches away, 3 fingers. Sorry, not 3 inches, but you can do 3 inches if you wanted to, depending on how spaced you wanted your dimension. This is simply just a fluid technique that you guys can use. All right, so 3 fingers away from scalp right here. So our first circle starts here. I'm gonna pull this, lock it in. Alrighty. I keep forgetting I have my clips on me. Alrighty. Then we're gonna circle that around. We are just simply going with the natural fall. Bedhead going. All right. And there was our second circle. And then third, it takes the rest of the hair and it goes right under. Sorry guys, I gotta get in your way for a second. This is when I lift up and I just redefine. Yep, there we go. Get back on there. All right, and I'm gonna do one more section. If you, depending on how many sections you do, just make sure that you do go in that U, because that's what's gonna follow the occipital bone. It's gonna follow the shape of the head. Clip. All right, so this is literally all I have. So we're talking. In this case, I'm gonna be doing just 2 fingers away from the actual hairline. Clip. There we go. All right, so what are we gonna start with here? So I'm just gonna start with some freehand painting, and I'm gonna show you guys how to mix some of the things as well. All right. So here's what I have. Got some Vero light. This is just gonna be a an equivalence to like either I'm trying to think. Not Blonde Idol. What was that one? Maybe Flash Lift. Flash Lift for Redken. I think that's what Redken has is Flash Lift. Light Master for Matrix. That's all I really know. If you guys are from BC user, D-Color B. Yes, D-Color B. There we go. Alrighty, so we're literally going to do, like I said, I just have these already pre-done. So these are just 2 ounces of each. Boom. Just to make this easy. And then, boom. I use a scale that goes between ounces and grams. That's going to be your most accurate form of doing it. But if you guys are more of a measuring cup person, you're still more than welcome to. I just personally use a scale. Alrighty, got all these mixed up here. So we got our Vero Light, and then we have our nice violet chocolate burn. Alright, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna put these down for a second. I'm gonna show you guys the magic of power tools. I'm talking off camera and I'm very sorry. Alright, cool. I'm gonna put these down. Alright, hair lightener thickener, HLT. It can be added to any color, it can be added to any lightener. This is just to thicken it. So I love using this for balayage. So what we're gonna do, we'll look at our directions. Because of course you always want to look at the directions right before you use something new. So let's go over this with you guys. So with directions, you're going to be adding 20 drops for short hair, 23 for medium, and 25 for long. This is always depending on the amount of product that you're using. I always feel the need that I can use like either 2 to 3 ounces because my general clientele is hair long than this. That's it. That's the longest. So I'm just going to be using the 20 drops because we're just simply just showing you guys how to mix it, make it stand for like 30 seconds, which is good because we're going to be adding some other things as well. All the power tools like this can be intermixable with any of them. So it's super easy. We try to make it super easy for you guys as colorists, so that way you can color to your full potential. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to add it right into Vero Light. Make it a balayage lightener. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right. What are we doing? We're going to mix this up really nice. And since this is going to be a balayage lightener that we're making it, make sure that you fold. So you want to fold into your lightener so that way it's not too wet. Because we want to make sure that we do get that nice icing texture. We're going to be icing the cake right in here. All right, we're going to let that stand for 30 seconds. All right, put a cap on it. All right, CBC, color balancing corrector. I get mine in a big bottle because it's worth it and it's amazing. You can also use this for like shampoos as well. You can make anything into an immediate blue shampoo to control any kind of more, so this is perfect for brunettes as well. Alright, big one, big CBC. Alrighty, which is really nice about this, I know I just read the directions for you guys on the box, but we also make it easy because we know people just like to toss boxes. We also have it on the back as well, so always look for the back if you can't find the box. So you can use it with shampooing, toning, tinting, lightener. We're going to be using it in our balayage lightener today. So simply all you're going to do, where is it at? There it is. You're simply just going to be adding 1/4 of an ounce or a teaspoon into your color of bleach. And you're just going to mix it very well. So that's it. Hey guys. Alright. I always shake everything. You don't know if anything's going to be set in. It's just a force of habit. So, here we are. Here's our Vero Light with some HLT already in it. We're going to take our CBC drops. I'm just going to count to 15 because that's what I typically do as well, because I don't have any of the measuring with me. Make sure that you take the plastic off, the new cap. Guys, it's been a long weekend. There we go. See how intense that is? That automatically corrects it. And it's great. I love it. Alright, I'm going to put this cap back on. Alright. I'm just going to count to 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. There we go. And watch this beautiful light lightener turn to blue right before your eyes. There you guys go. Get some blue balayage liner to counteract warmth and brassy tones. Very easy, very, very easy. And if I wanted to, I could literally add this into my color as well. You know what? Let's go ahead and do that because we're doing a violet brown anyway, so we're looking for a cooler chocolatey kind of level 6 brown. I'm just going to be adding 10 in here. I'm a counter, so that's what I do. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. And this does not impede your color process at all. So don't be worried that by adding any of these, it's not going to come out the same, anything. It's literally just controlling any of your warm tones that you don't want. There we go. So we've got a blue family here. I'm going to cap this. Just make sure that you cap everything, guys. I can't tell you how many times I've dropped something and it's gone because I didn't cap it. And then last but not least, my absolute favorite and the golden boy, TCI, or Color Accelerator. Alright, so as before, it's on the box. I'm going to show you guys on the back of the bottle now. Very, very easy. So right in here, total formulation of color developer together equaling shows you enlighteners and highlights as well. Shortages and remixing, you're just going to add 5 drops, which is just super, super easy. Rule of thumb is just 5. Add 5 to it. So we have 2 ounces of color and 2 ounces of lightener. So we're just going to be using the bare minimum here. So 2 ounces, you're going to add 10 drops. But otherwise, if I had to like remix and do like another, like let's say like ounce, I would just add 10 drops to it because I'm going to be cutting everything in half that way. But yeah, for lightener and highlights, we're using lightener. So we're going to add 17 drops here, but you can add up to 20. So simply, all we're going to do is 17 in our balayage lightener and 10 into our color. So simple, simple, not drop it. Cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. Guys, mixing this is like super easy. It's super easy. Can't live without it. And again, that TCA is going to help reduce my fade out by 95% while cutting my color processing time in half. It can be added to direct dyes. It can be added to semi-demi permanent as well. There we go. It doesn't ruin the consistency at all. In fact, it's actually perfect. So that's great. So let's get into some color here. All right, cool, cool, cool. Make sure that you guys are wearing gloves. Gloves are important. I just have some basic black gloves here. Nothing too fancy, nothing too special. Boom. All right. All right. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna just start down here. Hello. What happened to you? Okay, that's fine. All right, and I'm just gonna comb this out right in here. So what I like to do, depending on how much lightness I'm going to be doing, in this case, I'm just going to show off some lightness. So we're going to be doing 2 V sections here with about an inch space in between them. Take my feather brush, and I'm just going to V it right in the middle. Right here is the middle. I'm going to come out here. I'm going to go in at a diagonal. Then we're kind of going to, once we're done with this section, we're just going to come right in here. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to over direct. Just a little bit out towards me. I'm going to turn this so that way you guys can see the paint. All right, so where this lightness is, this is where I started the last time. So 1, 2, 3, just paint. And you can paint up as far as you want. Like I said, this is just a sectioning technique. And you can make it as far down, as far up as you want. And I like to bead my product. It's a whole lot easier to work with when you're beading. And we're just going to feather up to blend. And that is it. And we're just gonna make sure, just remember, if it's not white, it won't light or won't light consistently. We're just gonna make sure that we do cover all this hair that we see with white. And I am just surface painting. I'm not going to be saturating, but you're more than welcome to, depending on what kind of look that you and your guests are looking for. Put that down. Come over here. There we go. I love that there's grooves in the mannequin holder, but I can't just like fluidly turn it. Wish we could do that. That'd be great. Okay, I'm going to bead off my product here. Inch over, diagonal part. There's my sectioning. That piece decided to fall down. That's okay though. And then again, we see these 2 points here coming down. With my bead, I'm going to start in the middle and just work my way up. So there is one. And I'm just going to simply just feather it on in. Right in here. And now I can just literally just start to paint because I know that my plan's already there. So now we're just simply just depositing and just layering over what we already have. Let that lay. And I'm just wiping off my glove. I just have extra towels down here. All right, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna freehand this entire thing actually. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna add some HLT into my color. I'm literally just doing this just to add some dimension to the color that I already have. So let's go ahead, let's add 20 drops of the HLT into my color. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There we go. I hate when my voice cracks on camera. It's like, oh no. It's been a long day. It's gonna be an even longer day. All right. And while this thickens up then, we're just gonna go ahead and drop our next sectioning. But yeah, I hope, has anyone found like really good like sales for Columbus Day? I kind of want to know. Because it is Columbus Day and apparently it's all about sales. So I'm gonna let that lay. There we go. And so what I like to do, I like to just fan it out. It's a whole lot easier than just to let it drop. So we are going by how the hair just naturally falls. So right in here, I'm gonna just go ahead and section this right behind the ear. 1. So I just created just 4 subsections just to get it out of my way. Yeah. All right. So now we're gonna start bricklaying. A lot of people know about bricklaying. But for people who don't know what bricklaying is, I figured I'd just double check and just make sure people don't know what bricklaying is. All right. So it's bricklaying. Okay, so these 2 are my first sections. To make up for this spot, we're going to be adding a bricklay. So this is literally bricklay. Very easy. So here's what we're going to do. While that's thickening up, I'm going to bead. And right in here is going to be the very first section around the face. So here's what I'm going to do. So you guys can see, because I'm going to come over here. So right in here, we have this really nice rectangular piece. around the face. So here's what I'm gonna do. If anyone has seen my geometric balayage, this is just very, very similar. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pull it out about 45 degrees away from the face, and I'm just gonna paint up towards my corners, right in here. So we're doing very similar to a V shape, right here. I'm running out of product, now I'm gonna turn her in a second, just to saturate it. But if I saturate this piece, I'm gonna start pulling it down so that way I can go into a 1 point or a singular piece where it has the highest point and it gradually comes down. So here we go. I'm gonna go under you guys. Let me get my product here. And bead that off, come back around. Right in here. And since we're lighter towards the face, I just like to feather in further, just a tad bit more, to create that beautiful, natural, just dimensional feel to it. And then with this little bit of hair down here, this is gonna be my grip. And I'm just gonna pull it about 45 from the neck. And this is where I'm just gonna come around. And then just paint from here so you guys can see what's going on. And I always tell people, if you see it back combing a little bit, that's perfectly fine. Don't force it. Unless it's like, there's like a big glob on it, then you kind of want to take it off and do that. But otherwise, it just creates a more diffused effect. I have a lot of people in my classes who are like, wait a second, it's back combing. I'm like, nope, it's totally okay. We're just painting, and this is just our canvas. Come back here. Alright, so I'm going to pull this back one more time, and I'm just going to paint down, and I'm going to release it. Alright, so our color should be thickened up by now. So what we're going to do, yep, that dropped, that's okay. We don't need that anymore. So here's what we are going to do. We're going to heavily paint this on. So here's what we're going to do. Here's my other section. This is where our bricklaying comes in. Take this out towards me. Here's my color. This is my 6V with my 6B, which is going to be 6 violet and 6 beige in Barrow K-Pack color. I'm going to paint up, and I'm just doing a V. That is what I'm going to do. Here we go. And I'm doing the brown in a 10 volume, just letting you guys know. And usually what I would do to help that color accelerate faster, I use saran wrap. I did not pack it with me. And just simply just show you guys just the placement of the technique. And then from here towards the bottom, I'm just simply saturating, and I'm going under just a little bit to make sure that I do have that diffuse effect in here, because I don't want to have a random line that we're going to see whenever we do style. I'm going to leave that alone. I'm going to wipe off my gloves. Alright, we're going to turn here. And we're just going to alternate the rest of the way. So here we go. In this case, I'm going to go ahead, just because we have the 4 sections here, I'm just going to go ahead and do my violet brown, because I do want to create some more interior darkness anyway. But you see guys, even with the HLT, I still have my great consistency, and it's still super creamy because this is a cream color in particular. So I still have my perfect consistency. I can blend with it perfectly. It really does not impede on any of the color's original design at all. It simply just enhances. That's all it does. That's what I tell people in my classes. It simply just enhances what the color already has. It speeds up your color process. It saves you money, and especially if someone's in a hurry, or let's say that you've like accidentally like double booked yourself, and this one client's like really unhappy and it's like, I need to go, you know, I can't be like sitting here in this chair all day. It's like, well, I got an extra service for you then. We can definitely do your color within an hour and a half. I know I just lit up on camera, guys, so I'm really sorry. We can literally just do your color in an hour and a half with styling included. And it's going to make your color look amazing. It's going to make it look super shiny. It's going to be super moisturized because that's what TCA has in it. It's going to be jojoba oil, vitamin E oil in it. It's going to have some mineral oil in it as well. So it's super moisturizing. It makes the hair look super, super shiny. And so guys, that's an upcharge for you guys. Definitely, that's a definite upcharge. So make sure that you are taking advantage of that if you are having that service in your salon. And you know what's another upcharge as well? Because since you can add it to any kind of shampoo to make it into a blue shampoo, CBC is actually retailable. It's definitely retailable. The retail is up to you. Usually people do a 50% markup, or yeah. So like, let's say if I bought it at like 15, they can take the thing home for 30. And if that's not a 50% markup, I'm not that great of math doing that off the top of my head. I just wanted to give an example. All right, so simple, simple, simple. We're going to release our next section to this one. We should have about 5-6 sections, subsections in this one. 1, 2, 3, 6. All right, cool. So here's what we're going to do. See how we just recently brought this piece up? What I like to do, especially right here in the face, I like to go in and do like a little bit of a mix, because this section is thick enough to where I can paint my shadows on the interior, and I can do a glowliage on the front side. People are calling it an undermelt, but I've been doing this technique since like January. So I'm going to call it my glowliage because that's what it is. Alright, so I'm just going to pull this down. This is the pin comb, by the way, and I'll show you guys this in another video because this is perfect for some teasy lights, so get really excited. This is super gentle on the hair too, because I know people like constantly back comb. This takes it out super really quick. So that was your little commercial break right there, and a sneak peek on a future video. Alright. So I'm going to pull this up, and this is where my CFI would come in handy. CFI is going to be our color filler insurance. So simply, it removes the step of filling. I'm going to not glow on camera. There we go. Cool. So CFI, it's a porosity equalizer as well. It's a super nice spray. It doesn't drench the hair. It's nice, and it's a very fine mist. As Al would say, a fine mist. I'm trying to be fun like Al, don't judge me. But just reading it off, the pre-treatment for damaged hair, protects against chemical, mechanical, and heat damage as well. Another retailable point as well. Trying to make you guys money. So what I like to do on these flyaways right here, 1, 2, and I pull it up, and I have that nice tension right in here. So I'm just going to simply just pull this up. And you can see less flyaways now. So that's like my little secret that you guys know now. Alright, so I'm just going to pull this up. I'm just going to slightly direct it outward because I've been parting her hair right right where mine is actually. So I'm just going to direct it outward. And I'm going to take some of my balayage lightener here. And I'm just going to start at the middle. Don't pull the mannequin up too hard, Brett. And I'm just going to paint downward in really nice strokes. And if you guys are just curious on the brushes that I'm using, these are from Product Club. These are just going to be some wide feather brushes. They're very, very diffused at the end, so they make it perfect for painting and make it effortless for diffusing as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and bead. Pull this up because my arm got a little tired. There we go. And I'm just going to paint this upward. We are going to be downing this, so just make sure there's like a protectant. Like I said, I like to use saran wrap. We're just painting down to create that beautiful diffusion. We're just going to pull this up. Right in here. And I'm just going to let this go. This is a mannequin, so I don't really care. I'm just letting you guys know. I'm trying to be my raw self with you guys, but at the same time, I'm trying to make this really quick. Alright. So if I were to go ahead and just double this. Where'd it go? There it is. I'm using my towels directly in front of me. We have all of this right in here. So what are we going to do? We're going to create some interior shadowing right on top of our balayage here. And we are not going to saturate. We're just going to simply just surface paint. So we're doing very nice, gentle parallel strokes in the same manner as we did with the lightener. So we're just take it up really nice and far. And I'm just going to nicely feather. That's it. That's all we're going to do. Very gently. And pull this in. That's it. That's it. That's all we're going to do. I'm going to come around here. And right in here, we're going to do another lift. So I'm actually going to pull this out towards me just a little bit because I see my two corners popping. And I'm going to show you guys what I mean. So you guys can see there's a little corner right there. So we're going to take advantage of that corner. And I'm going to pull this out, going just a little bit towards the back because we want to have this really nice flow of dimension right in here. So I'm just going to pull. Got some flyaways, so of course I'm going to use my CFI or Color Filler Insurance right here. Did like a couple sprays of that. I'm going to pull this down to make it really nice and very soft for just painting, so that way there's no bumps in the road, creating any kind of cold spots, holidays, mist spots, whatever you guys like to call them. We call them holidays because the lightener's clearly gone on holiday. Or it just took a break that we didn't know about. But anyway, so we're going to go ahead and pull this out and up enough to where this point pops. So this is going to be a whole lot easier for you guys. I'm just going to simply just paint nice and up. So if I were to take this down, it's an effortless point now. So you don't have to go in this way. Just create an example, guys. And it could possibly pull your lightener into your section, creating any kind of splotchiness, and we don't want that. So we're just going to simply just create this nice, really nice tension with that corner popping up. And I'm just going to create a 1 point, which is just this really nice gradual piece. Remember, make sure that section is white where it won't light at all. Anyone who does a little balayage will realize that. Alright, so here we're going to do an interior shadow. And just the time frame, just to let you guys know, if I wasn't like purposely going slow so that way you guys could watch and see, this would take me at max, depending on what I'm doing. If I'm like freehand painting this entire thing like I'm doing, it'll take me about 20-25 minutes to put it on. That's it. Depending on the length of the hair, of course, but usually it takes me about 20 minutes to put it on. Take our shadow, and we are just going to paint. I'm going to paint in a V, but you're welcome to paint it as if it was an ombre. But I want this to be more like diffused lowlights. So I'm just going to simply treat it as if I had already teased it back and it's in a foil, and I'm just going to lightly handle it. That's all I'm going to do. And I'm just going to simply just go in right here at that bottom piece. We're about 4 inches away from where the ends are. I paint on this just one more time. There we go, lift it up. And then just make sure that you really do get in there to make sure that you create a really nice diffused look here. We're gonna lay it. Gonna move over here. Gonna do some lighter right in here. Take my CFI, spray that down. And the secret behind it, you want it to be just enough to where everything just lays down really nice. Don't saturate it with the CFI. Then it's just gonna dilute your product, and you don't want that, guys. I mean, I do a lot of wet balayages, but just for this, I'd say until you're comfortable with it, then just start playing around and then just experimenting. So we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna do this in a 1 point, because remember, we're guiding our dark back to the back while creating separation. I'm just gonna feather this in, and how I'm doing this, I'm literally just keeping it parallel, and I'm going in ovals. It's the easiest way to say it. And I'm holding it down here, so it gives me that quick flick. And I can lay this down, and you can see how gradual it is. It's super easy. I'm trying to make this really easy for you guys, because I do spend hours. I do mark out a day strictly for education, so that way you guys can have a great education with this. I try to develop techniques all the time. I'll let that drop. I'm gonna pull this out towards you guys. All right, here we go. We're gonna do another shadowed piece. Right in here, I'm gonna spray some of my CFI. Remember, that's gonna be our colors filler insurance. I also love using this for color corrections as well. I do a lot of correctional balayages, to be completely honest. Nothing's been a godsend. It's been great. So I'm gonna pull this out. Remember that we are aiming towards the back, so if I'm standing at an angle, I'm holding it straight back at me. Keep that tension. Make sure that you always are keeping equal tension, because we don't want to oversaturate a piece or have a piece of lighter or color, whatever you're using, go into the section. So it's going to create some splotchiness. So I'm going to hold this out towards me. And remember, I want this look to be as if I did some teasy lowlights. That's it. So we're just going to bring this up, and we're just going to diffuse right in there. That's all we're doing. We're just creating some diffusion. Just going to saturate this end piece, bring it up. I'm going to bead. And I'm just going to feather this down. And like I said, this is just how I'm doing it. You guys are more than welcome to do it with foils. I've done it in lives where there has been foils involved. I'm just trying to make this live as quick as possible for you guys. Again, we have this really nice thick piece. So what are we going to do? We're going to double it. Going to double team it. Double team, I mean by code, because I have no assistants except for me. It's just me, myself, and I, guys. And that's totally okay. Alright, so cool. So we're going to comb this up. Again, I'm just using my pen comb because I love this thing so much. Alright. I'm going to hold this up. I already did spray my CFI on it, so I have a really nice section here with no troubles. No bumps in the road. I'm gonna bead. And I always start in the middle and I just work my way down. Because we really want to create this really nice soft effect around the face. Bead, pull up. And I simply grab it by my thumb and I use the interior of my palm of the board just for this sectioning in general. I'm just going to lightly come up. Another trick that I like to do, in this interior, I go right in the center and I pull it down and it buckles. So it's definitely a whole lot easier. That's a part of my gouache technique as well. It's super easy. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take off this top layer because right there was our balayage. So right in here, I'm gonna do another thing of CFI. I'm gonna go in, and I'm just gonna create my interior shadowing. Here we go, we're gonna bead. And simply just paint up towards. That is it, that is all. And we're just surface painting on this one. I'm just gonna release it. So that's literally it, we have 2 more sections to go. Pull this down. And again, we're just gonna bricklay. That's it. CFI this to create equal porosity. It's why I love using it. It tames those flyaways. There's no product that I've seen some people use a fine haired hairspray. I feel like that can possibly lead up to any kind of like another barrier, so I personally don't like to use it. I don't like to use a hairspray to keep my flyaways down. That's why I just like using my CFI, my color filler insurance. Okay, I'm not gonna do a gouache here. I'm just simply just gonna take my interior shadowing and just go right on in, because this last section we're just simply just gonna freehand paint with our lightener. So in this case, I'm just gonna do a 1 point, which is that really nice gradation. Right in here, and I'm just going to take it right on up. I'm going to paint down. This one I'm just going to surface paint with. For those who don't know at all, I'm just going to quickly just show you guys what I mean by 1 point. A 1 point. So here's your section. Actually, I'm going to make a couple. There we go. Alright, so those are your pieces that you're pulling out. A 1 point is simply going from your highest point and coming down at an angle. That's what I mean by 1 point. A 2 point or a V, that is what you're painting, literally a V section. Now a 3 point, I've talked about this in my gouache, I've talked about this in my geometric, it's literally a W section. So 1, 2, 3. So you're taking 2 high, so you have 3 high points in this one. That's what it is. That's all it is, that's all. I just wanted to clarify that in case there are some people who are just new to freehand painting, new to balayage in general. Those are just the general sectioning with it. I just figured I'd show you guys that just really quick in case some of you guys are lost with that. Alrighty, so what we just do, we just did some shadowing, CFI spray. Comb this down, we're going to do a 1 point because we're flowing towards the back with our lightener. So 1, 2, 3. Right in there. And I'm just going to quickly just fan that one out. And for anyone asking, I'm using a 30 volume with this one because it is just open air at this point. There we go. And here's what I want to do. I have some dark here. I want to start lighting it up just a little bit. So here's what I'm going to do. 1, 2, 3. 3 is always the magic number. I'm going to pull this. I'm going to turn this so you guys can see just a little bit more. I hope you guys can see. There we go. Right here, we're still aiming this towards the back. I'm going to do another 1 point just to connect these two pieces. And this is all about visual placement, guys. That's why I like doing this placement. It's very visual. It's very fluid. So that way you guys can definitely use it to your painting potential. And I'm just going to feather, and I'm just going to bring this down. And what's great about this technique, it's more of a placement. So what I could actually do too, if I wanted to, I could have literally just foiled this entire thing just by going with those U's of the head. I could freehand it. The last live that I did actually consisted of mixture between foiling and freehand painting. I believe it's actually still on my personal page and I made it public for everybody, so I will definitely share it in the forum as well. So I will definitely do that. Alright, so I'm going to separate this section into, actually, you know what, now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to pull this towards me. I'm going to pull this out just a little bit, and you guys will see what I'm talking about. I'm just pulling this out towards me, so that way this has a really just nice arrow that way to connect everything. 1, 2, 3. And I love using CFI to create that really nice playing field, but also what I'll use too is actually the 4-bond leave-in treatment as well. So this is just going to be the step 2 for the 4-bond actual, like, what do I call it? The, I'm just going to call it step 1. The liquid form. The liquid form. So I'm going to hold this 1, 2, 3. And I'm just going to spray it right on. Guys, it smells amazing. So I use it on everyone as well. I actually love using the, it smells great. I'm addicted to the smells if you guys haven't noticed by now. I just love using it in my blowouts as well. It creates really smooth, really healthy results. So I'm just going to pull this. And I'm literally, because I still want to keep some of that red that I have going on here. That's another thing about using placements like this, guys. If you use the same placement, touch-ups are a breeze, by the way. I recently just did a geometric retouch on someone who hasn't come to me for a year. That blend was gorgeous. I did my, my sectioning for my geometric. It was the exact same thing. It didn't overlight. I didn't have to do a wet balayage where my demi is underneath. It was really easy. It was great. If you guys are interested in that geometric balayage, I definitely do have it. I do have a small YouTube channel, so it's definitely on there. Just search by my name and just look up under geometric balayage. I show you guys all the tools, all the placements. I did incorporate Snapchat into it, so it shows you guys like all those points that I just put in there for you too. Like I said, we're just surface painting right in there. And now we are at our very last section. This section is a little bit more complicated, but not really. But then again, this sectioning is not very complicated at all. It really isn't. So here's our last one. This is just determined on how your guest parts their hair. That's it. That's the only complication on it. So my guest has been parting theirs like how mine is. So I'm just going to simply just go along with that part. I'm going to pull it, and simply, because I still want to have all this dimension here, so simply just what I'm going to do I'm gonna take our speed weaver. That was a box. I'm gonna take our speed weaver here. It's really nice and flexible. This is why I love using this, because I can simply flex. I can go in a U, pull this, and then I have a really nice U shape. Nice and U'd. 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 And just to show you guys just what I just did, right in here, I'm going to take a purple Sharpie actually. No, I don't want to use that one. Use the light blue. There we go. Alright, so simply what I did, because here was my part, I took this section and I created like a crescent moon shape. This piece is just going to come out and just be painted, because that is a shorter piece. Whenever you do have that section where there's less hair, less is more. You don't need to be adding all the same, or the same amount of foil, same amount of lightener if you're balayaging, because the one side is going to appear lighter than the other. Less is more. Just eyeball. So what I'm going to do, because I have the light here, I'm just going to do a 1 point. Actually, I'm just going to do an ombre of my 6V and my 6B, just to finish it off. That's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to bring it up too far. Nothing. This is just to clearly just give a veil if I wanted to. Leave that alone. Then my last section up here, I'm just going to swing this back down. And then of course, in my 1 point, I'm just going to paint over that with my lightener. So my Vero Light with my HLT, all my good things in there. I'm going to pull this out towards the back, because we're going to have everything flow. It's really nice. I'm going to bead. I'm going to start at the middle, and I'm just going to slowly work my way up. I don't want it to be necessarily close to the scalp, only because I want it to be more of a diffused effect, but you are more than welcome to put it as close or as far away to your section as possible. So this is just simply how it's placed. I'm going to swing around here really quick, and I'm just going to smooth everything out. I do need to get just a little bit more lighter for this bottom piece, but that's essentially just what this is. And it's going to be the same on this side as well, because it simply just guides everything. And that is it. So I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to finish off these two sections. If you guys would like, I'm definitely going to post the afters in the forum as well as the actual Dennis Bernard page. I'm going to definitely post it on my page as well, Instagram.com/BrettTrends, BRETTTRENDS, all in one word, no underscore whatsoever. I'm just going to pull this up. There we go. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me on a holiday. It's great to see you guys, as always. So I'm just going to pop this up, so that way this point meets that dark shadow. We're going to take our lightener one more time. I'm going to beat it, take where that point pops up, and I'm just going to go in that 1 point. Very, very simple. This one I'm just going to take just a little bit further in, just to show you guys that you can definitely just go right on in. Very quick, very simple. And there we are. That's it. That's all the petal technique is. Whew, hate gloves. All right. But yeah, guys, so that was it. Thank you so much for coming out to the Dennis Bernard Professional Education Forum to further your education and to see you guys. It's great. It's always good to see you guys and to show you guys what techniques and what placements have worked well for me, so I can pass it on to you guys, so that way you guys can flourish as both artists and stylists as well. So I will see you guys in the next live. It will always be announced, of course, through either the email or the actual professional page as well. And of course, You guys can always tell if I'm going to be doing a live on my page. So just be sure to follow my Instagram page at instagram.com/bretttrends, BRETTTRNDS. I'm going to post the link in the comments in here as well, and I will let this process, and of course I'm going to post the after. I'm going to do it untoned, because that's what it was the last time. That was actually raw lift, so it's great. So I will see you guys later. Happy Columbus Day.